Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, and Viksit Bharat at 2047. As part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today is commemorated as International Day of Peace on 21st September every year. The theme for 2025 is Act Now for a Peaceful World. Peace is not just a vision, it's a call to action that each of us can answer by promoting understanding, respect, and justice in our daily lives. By joining movements like the UN's Peace Begins With Me and sharing messages of hope, we can inspire others to speak up and help build a more peaceful world. In a time of turbulence, tumult, and uncertainty, it is critical for everyone to take concrete action to mobilize for peace. From peacemakers on the front lines of the conflict to community members to students in classrooms and around the world, everyone has a role to play. We must speak up against violence, hate, discrimination, and inequality, practice, respect, and embrace the diversity of our world. There are many ways to act now. Spark conversation about the urgent need for understanding, nonviolence, and disarmament. Volunteer in your community. Listen to voices different from your own. Challenge discriminated language in your workplace. Report bullying both online and offline. And take the time to verify facts before you post on social media. You can also speak up with your choices, opting to purchase items from socially conscious brands or donating to organizations that promote sustainability and human rights. The United Nations also works in each of these areas, leading global efforts to advance human rights, fight climate change, and prevent and respond to conflict. Through its Peace Building Commission, with its marking its 20th anniversary in 2025, the United Nations work to address poverty, inequality, discrimination, and injustice, all potential drivers of violence through its 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The United Nations supports countries' efforts to increase prosperity, raise health and living standards, and all forms of discrimination and injustice. UN peacemakers work in difficult and dangerous conditions around the world, inspiring us all to take action. And its recently adopted Pact for the Future, the United Nations promised to address emerging challenges and opportunities, such as in science, technology, and innovation, and support the active engagement of future generations. The United Nations Act Now campaign has helped millions of people around the globe choose issues they care about to commit action and track their impact. You can also download the Act Now mobile app and see the difference your actions can make for more peaceful world. Of our efforts are connected, from UN supported health clinics to youth led advocacy for the rights of the world's most vulnerable, and from debates in parliaments to debates in history class, we all can do our part to build a more peaceful world. So let's our action for peace resonate louder than words. So the International Day of Peace was established in 1981 by the United Nations General Assembly. 2 decades later, in 2001, the General Assembly unanimously voted to designate the day as period of non-violence and ceasefire. So nearly 20 years ago, at the 2025 World Summit, UN member states established the Peace Building Commission to help countries recover and rebuild after conflict. To support this effort, the United Nations also created the Peace Building Support Office and the Peace Building Fund, backed by voluntary organizations, contributions from member states. Then Secretary General Kofi Annan called this a turning point in efforts to guide nations from war to peace and to close gaps in the United Nations peace building work. Since then, the Peace Building Fund has supported projects in over 70 countries focusing on conflict resolution, justice, reconciliation, human rights, and gender equality. Peace building is also about prevention, addressing the root cause of conflict, such as poverty, inequality, and discrimination. For 77 years, United Nations peacekeepers have supported communities affected by conflict around the world. Since the first mission in 1948 in the Middle East, over 2 million men and women have served under the UN flag. They work to prevent violence, protect civilians, promote human rights, and support the rule of law. Today, face peacekeepers face growing challenges such as global tensions, stalled peace efforts, and misinformation that endangers their mission. Despite these difficulties, they remain committed, working closely with local communities and international partners. More than 4,200 peacekeepers have lost their lives in service, and their sacrifice continues to inspire the pursuit of global peace. Yesterday, that is 20th September, was commemorated as World Cleanup Day with the theme of recent Arctic cities and marine litter. as municipal solid waste generation is predicted to grow from 2.1 billion tons in 2023 to 3.8 billion tons by 2050 as per UNEP Global Waste Management Outlook 2024. Without urgent action on waste management by 2050, the global direct cost of waste management would almost double to the staggering US dollars 640.3 billion. More than 2 billion people lack access to waste collection, more than 3 billion to controlled waste recovery or disposable facilities. The Arctic's delicate ecosystem necessitates focused efforts on plastic and marine litter cleanup. Cities like Tromsø within the Arctic Circle face unique challenges due to extreme weather, isolation, and costly infrastructure. The inaugural World Cleanup Day in Tromsø showcases Norway's innovative waste management strategies tailored to harsh climates. The event will highlight the role of innovation, community involvement, and collaboration in creating sustainable waste systems that protect the Arctic environment and contribute to global waste reduction efforts. It also emphasizes the importance of professional cleanups and innovative funding mechanisms in tackling waste management challenges in complex urban settings. On 8th December 2023, the United Nations General Assembly, in its 78th session, unanimously adopted Resolution 78 by 122, World Cleanup Day, which proclaims 20th September as World Cleanup. The resolution invites all member states, organizations of the United Nations system, other international and regional organizations, and other relevant stakeholders, including civil society, the private sector, and academia, to observe World Cleanup Day through activities aimed at raising awareness of the role cleanup efforts play in sustainable development. The United Nations Human Settlements Programs, UN Habitat, facilitates the observance of the day. Over the years, many national, regional, and local governments and communities have been undertaking cleanup activities globally, and World Cleanup Day represents the reflection of their achievements. The cleanups serve as a reminder of the collection responsibility we share in preserving and maintaining a clean and healthy environment, as well as sustainable waste and resource management. Cities are responsible for 70% of global carbon dioxide emissions, with transport, buildings, energy, and waste management, and accounting for the bulk of urban emissions by 2050. Two-thirds of our global population will live in urban areas. Nearly 90% of the growth in urban population will occur in Asia and Africa. Accelerating urban action for a carbon-free world, UNDP climate features the five Malaysian cities taking an integrated approach to low carbon development. Today, we are also commemorating Ancestors Day, as today being marked as the last day of Pitrumas, which is very much important as it's a time to express our gratitude to our ancestors and seek their blessings by performing rituals So on the same day, we are also celebrating World Gratitude Day. The World Gratitude Day is celebrated every year on 21st September, especially started in US. The day aims to remind us the importance of expressing gestures of thanks and appreciation. Understandably, sometimes can get caught up in our busy lives and neglect to show how grateful we are for people around us. Many people believe that once you commit a simple act of kindness for someone, you don't need to manifest the kind of kindness repeatedly. But if you do, it makes the world a better place. After all, it's your world and you have to live it. Appreciation is a worldwide practice today and a personal one that we all can use to improve our lives, but it goes back to 1965. World Gratitude Day was invented by Sir Chinmoy, a spiritual leader and meditation teacher. It was conceived at a Thanksgiving dinner in the United Nations Meditations Room. At the dinner, Chinmoy suggested the idea of global holiday of gratitude. Each person at the dinner pledged to hold an event in their home country every year on this day, and they all spent the rest of the evening discussing how they might spread the word about this new holiday and commemoration. The following year, in 1966, many countries observed the first annual World Gratitude Day on September 21st, and the day has been declared annually ever since. So in 1977, the Spiritual League, a group of Chinmoy followers, ran the meditation room at his New York headquarters, requested that a resolution be passed recognizing World Gratitude Day. Representatives from the headquarters were in attendance to honor Chinmoy during the special ceremony. So the idea for World Gratitude Day is conceived at a Thanksgiving dinner in the United Nations Meditation Room in 1965, and many countries observe the first annual World Gratitude Day on September 21st, 1966. A special ceremony to honor Chinmoy is held with representatives from New York headquarters attending the celebration. So, gratitude promotes happiness by giving people more positive emotions and making them savor good experiences. Gratitude helps people savor good moments, appreciate life, deal more effectively with bad experiences, improve their health, and build more rewarding relationships. The official gratitude symbol consists of a sample spiral center, three circular dots on the lower exterior of the spiral, and hook-like shape at the bottom of spiral. Gratitude is an art as well as a skill. It may take some work, but expressing your gratitude to another person can be a genuine way to make the person feel good about themselves. It can lead you along the path to becoming a good frog. One of the easiest ways to show gratitude is by writing letters, cards, or emails to important people in your life. You can write about anything that comes to mind, your favorite memories together. That's why they taught you how much they mean to you. So don't worry if it is not eloquent. Be sincere and honest with your appreciation. Show gratitude to everybody you meet today and tell them it's World Gratitude Day. Appreciate the people who contribute to your life in different ways. It could be the mail carrier, the telephone technicians, the trash collectors, or even the chef and waiters at your favorite restaurant. You are not perfect, but you can be thankful for the good thoughts about yourself. Write down all of your good traits or actions. They don't have to be big things, they can be simple or complex. If no one appreciates you for what you are doing today, you were grateful for and kind to yourself. So it makes us happier by simply journaling for the 5 minutes a day about what we are grateful for, and we can increase our overall happiness by 10%. It enhances our positive emotions. When we feel grateful, we are less likely to feel envious of others. Grateful people experience a wider variety of emotions, and they are more likely to bounce back from difficult experiences. More grateful people have access to broader social network, more friends and better relationships. People who are more appreciative of what they have tend to be less dissatisfied and more aware of opportunities during economic decisions, leading to better decisions and less pressure to seek immediate gratification. If you want to lower your blood pressure, try counting your blessings daily. World Gratitude Day gives a wonderful opportunity to pause, reflect, and consider the positive things in our life. It allows us to think about what we are grateful for, even change something about ourselves for the better. After all, it's your world and you have to live in it, and you choose to live in a way that makes your life happier. It's a day for expressing gratitude and being kind to each other. Many people believe that once you commit a simple act of kindness for someone, you don't need to repeatedly manifest that kind of kindness. However, according to traditions, performing kind acts every day can eventually lead to you find inner peace and happiness. It's a time to understand the importance of being grateful. We should practice gratitude. People are happier when appreciated, and businesses thrive when customer service is excellent. Indeed, gratitude is the parent of all virtues. World Gratitude Day helps more people understand the importance of acknowledging and being grateful to others. Today is also commemorated as World Mini Golf Day on September 21st. Every year, mini golf is similar to golf. However, it focuses on putting part of the golf. In mini golf, the aim is to score the lowest points. The mini golf usually has 9 holes and the putting distance is shorter than golf. The version of golf is fan favorite and makes for a great social activity. So get your golf clubs ready for this fantastic celebration. According to historians, the earliest origins of mini golf can be traced back to Romans. The Romans played a game called Paganica, in which participants used a bent stick to hit a stuffed leather ball, which is believed to have evolved into a sport of golf. However, the first ever written record of golf comes from 15th century Scotland. King James II banned golf as a distraction of sport of archery, but this ban was soon lifted by King James when he emerged as a golfer himself. So the earliest roots of golf can be dated back to March 1744, when they were compiled for the Company of Gentlemen Golfers. The sport that then saw a steady increase in the popularity and spread across the globe, gaining its status today. Mini golf courses with the geometrical shapes built of artificial materials first appeared in the early 20th century. Then in 1922, golf enthusiast Thomas McLeod Fairbairn invented a suitable synthetic green miniature golf, became widely available due to its discovery. By the late 1920s, there were over 1,500 rooftop courses in New York City alone, with tens of thousands more across the United States. Inspired by this, Schroeder built one of the first documented mini golf courses in mainland Europe in 1926. Today, numerous types of mini golf courses exist with various characteristics. These courses can have something for everyone from informal to formal, fun to serious, and short to big. Short to long, there are even national and world championships held for mini golf. Today is also commemorated as World Alzheimer's Day, which is celebrated on September 21st each year. On this day, the world concentrates its efforts on creating awareness of Alzheimer's disease. The disease is among the most prevalent forms of dementia, a set of disorders that disrupt the mental function. World Alzheimer's Day is a perfect opportunity for us to raise our voices and to find new ways of fighting disease effects. Alzheimer's is a form of dementia that affects memory and impairs daily function. It is responsible for somewhere between 60% and 80% of dementia cases. Alois Alzheimer, a German psychiatrist, was first to identify the disease while treating a German woman in 1901. The disease was named after him. The condition is often regarded as a family disease due to impact it has on those closest to the victim. Alzheimer's ranks among the leading causes of death in the United States. There are no prevention measures and it has no cure. Even the progression of the disease cannot be slowed. Founded in 1984, Alzheimer's Disease International, ADI, is charged with supporting victims and conducting outreach to educate people and expedite related policies. In 1994, ADI introduced World Alzheimer's Day in Edinburgh during their annual conference on September 21st to mark their 10th anniversary. ADI coordinates World Alzheimer's Day and World Alzheimer's Month across the globe, working with member organizations and associations to organize events and create awareness. The first World Alzheimer report was launched in 2009 on World Alzheimer Day, and yearly reports have been issued every year since. Although the impact of observance is spreading, the information gap and stigmatization concerns dementia remains an issue. People see that diseases as a natural part of ongoing process. Granted advancement in the age among the major causes of Alzheimer's disease, but it isn't completely an elderly disease. There are about 22 lakh people under the age of 65 struggling with Alzheimer's in the United States alone. To mark this observance, concerned individuals and organizations can participate by creating awareness and reaching out to the nation's Alzheimer's Association. Purple is a combination of blue and red, incorporating the stability of former and the passionate energy of the later. Dementia refers to the general mental decline in that interferes with daily functions. Alzheimer's is a form of dementia that is concerned with memory loss. Today is also commemorated as Wife Appreciation Day, celebrated on third Sunday of September. This year, September 21st, gives those of men, women, trans, fluid, etc., who are lucky enough to have wives an extra chance to show them how much they mean to us. Wives keep us grounded and centered. They inspire us to work hard, play hard, and to always have something to bring to the table to show that we are improving ourselves. Wives ask us to take out the trash and empty the dishwasher and change the oil, stereotypical but true, which is good with us because those things need to get done anyway. And we like the idea of our ladies having that extra 15 minutes or half hour to be just in their space. The historical research on Wife Appreciation Day is scant, but 2006 is accepted as first year of commemoration official event on the books that isn't recognized as a US government holiday, but rather in 2006 it became widely acknowledged and celebrated by the couple's country and worldwide. Today is also commemorated as Telegraph Pole Appreciation Day in UK, which is celebrated annually on September 21st in the UK, United Kingdom. A telegraph pole is a British way of referring to a utility pole. A utility pole is a column or post which is usually made out of wood to support overhead power lines and a variety of other public utilities, such as electric cables, fiber optic cables, and other such equipment as transformers, street lights, etc. Nowadays, it is made with stone, metal, and so many other alloys. So, a telegraph or a utility pole can also be alternatively be referred as a transmission pole, a telephone pole, a telecommunication pole, a power pole, among others, all depending on what purpose of the pole serves. The first utility poles were introduced in 1843 by William Fothergill Cooke, who pioneered telegraph first used on a line along the Great Western Railway. These poles were then incorporated into regular use by and mid 19th century in America with telegraph systems, beginning with Samuel Morse, who attempted to buy a line between Baltimore, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., but eventually moved it overhead when his system proved faulty. Today, underground distribution lines are incredibly used as an alternative to utility poles due to poles' perceived ugliness as well as safety concerns in areas with large amounts of snow or ice buildup. In the UK, a substantial amount of the rural electricity distribution system is carried on wooden poles. These poles normally convey electricity at 11 or 33 kV from 132 kV substations are supplied from pylons to distribution substations or pole mounted transformers. Wooden poles have been used for 132 kV substations for many years since the early 1980s. The conductors on these poles are bare metal connected to the post by insulators. Wooden poles can be used for low voltage distribution to customers. Today is also commemorated as National Pecan Cookie Day in US. This delicious treat can be eaten at all times of the day. Pecans are your thing. You might also want to look out for April 14th, which is National Pecan Day. National Pecan Cookie Day marks the creation of one of the most delightful cookies in the world. The observance calls attention to this sweet treat that is sure to leave you craving more. It also serves the purpose of creating awareness about pecan cookies and providing an opportunity for those who already love them to celebrate their yummy taste. The word pecan has Algonquian origins, translated as a nut requiring a stone to crack. The pecan is part of the hickory family and it is found mainly in the central and southern regions of the United States. Historical records from the 1500s claim that Europeans first encountered pecans in Mexico, including several southern states in the United States. Pecans were immediately accepted and gained popularity when the American colonists came across them and tasted the delicious flavor. Pecans have enjoyed time in the limelight and it first entered print in 1773 and former US President George Washington was said to have received the nuts from Thomas Jefferson and planted several pecan trees. Pecan soon became a symbol of the American South, setting the stage for the creation of widely popular pecan pie. Besides being delicious to eat, pecans have several vital health benefits. They have a fair amount of protein, fiber, iron, vitamin B, and magnesium. There's nothing better than a delicious treat that fits right into a healthy diet. The observance presents the opportunity for foodies to enjoy these delightful cookies and share them with family and friends. One excellent way to mark is to eat a fresh homemade batch straight out of oven. A cool glass of milk will work wonders as a pair. Today is also commemorated as National Opioid Awareness Day in US, observed on September 21st to create awareness about the effects of opioid overdose and reduce the stigma associated with it. Its purpose is to raise awareness of overdose, reduce the stigma of drug-related deaths, and acknowledge the grief felt by families and friends. This day is the American version of the International Overdose Awareness Day, which was initiated in 2001 in Australia by SJ Finn. The movement is necessitated by the problem of opioid use in the US. Today is also commemorated as National Garage Condo Day in US, which is celebrated on September 21st each year. It was founded by Garage Condos LLC in 2020 and is a day of appreciation of garage condominiums that have benefited the lives of consumers. Garage condos are storage units in the form of rentable garage with power, climate control, water, and convenient round the clock access. Garage condos were created in 1999 and have since been providing consumers with abundant space in which to securely and safely store their belongings. Today is also commemorated as National Chai Day in US on September 21st. It's a day to held in appreciation of globally healthy and beneficial drink. Chai, also referred to as masala chai, is a sweet Indian tea beverage with a slight hint of spiciness, traditionally consists of aromatic spices like cardamom, nutmeg, cinnamon, and pepper. National Chai Day officially commenced in 2018 is said to have been founded by Somras, the world's first line of Indian liquors. There are several ways to enjoy chai, including having it iced, hot, or as part of some dish. Today is also commemorated as National Cat and Dog Gut Health Awareness Day in US. Is your dog a healthy weight and has firm, regular poo? Yes, you can thank your gut microbiome. Like humans, cats and dogs do have a complex community of trillions of microorganisms living in their gut, collectively called the gut microbiome. This community supports almost every aspect of their pet's health, helping with digestion, protecting against disease, maintaining healthy GI function, and also much more. Disruption of the gut microbiome due to factors like diet, age, disease, and certain medications can cause some of these functions to stop working. This can lead to uncomfortable symptoms for your pet like itchy skin, diarrhea, constipation, obesity, and even behavioral issues. Today is also commemorated as Malta Independence Day in Malta. The nation of Malta celebrates Independence Day on 21st September every year. The country won its liberation from the UK on this day in 1964. An archipelago nation in the European Union, Malta has been under the rule of several foreign powers before it gained independence from the British. The British foothold, which began in 1813, was the longest ever that Maltese has encountered. After gaining independence in 1964, Malta became a republic in 1974. In 2004, the nation joined the European Union, and from the year of its independence, Malta has been part of the United Nations. Today is also commemorated as Escapology Day in US. Ask any magician, street performer, or daredevil. Escaping restraints is not for the faint-hearted, and that is what makes Escapology Day held on September 21st so special. Escapology, defined as an art of escaping any and all restraints, including straitjackets, handcuffs, and cages, and was what made master illusionist and magician Harry Houdini a household name. That also probably why this event is held on the day when the Houdini first publicly performed this famous water torture cell escape in Berlin, Germany in 1912. Today is also commemorated as Belize Independence Day on September 21st in Belize. Represents a great achievement for the people of Belize who fought for many years for their freedom, and Great Britain. Celebrated annually as a national holiday throughout the country. Jubilant celebrations happen with parades, brilliant costumes, and music. It also simply the best time to be in beautiful country. Belize is a country located at the mouth of the Hondo River on the eastern coast of Central America. It's bordered by Guatemala to north and Mexico to the northeast. Today is also commemorated as Armenia Independence Day in Armenia. Commemorated every September 21st is a day to celebrate the independence of the country. On this day, Armenia officially became independent from the USSR with the adoption of the Declaration of State Sovereignty. Armenia is a federal republic with a presidential system governed by a constitution formerly known as Republic of Armenia. The country is home to 2.9 million inhabitants and is bordered by Turkey, Georgia, Iran, Azerbaijan. The country consists of mountainous terrain with vast valleys and small plains. The capital city is named after Yerevan and is found on the foothills of Mount Ararat. Today is also commemorated as Ancestors' Day in Cambodia and also across the world internationally, as this day concludes the Pitru Mass, where the rituals are performed to the ancestors as part of thanksgiving or expressing our gratitude and seek their blessings. Chamben, or Ancestors' Day, is celebrated every year on 15th day of the 10th month in the Khmer calendar, and this year will be held from September 21st to 28th. It is a Cambodian religious day that is often referred to as Ancestors' Day or Ancestors' Festival. The festivities last for 15 days before culminating in a final celebration on Chanben. The first 14 days of the Khmer month Phekbot are called Kanben. It is the longest and most unique festival in Cambodia. The day is spent paying respects to the deceased relatives of up to 7 generations. For Cambodians, it is during this time that gates of hell are open and the spirits of the ancestors are active. Today is also commemorated as Sea Otter Awareness Week from September 21st to 27th in US, annually celebrated in the last week of September. Otters may be popular for their cuteness, but they serve a much bigger role in our ecosystem. No matter how endearing they look floating on their back and rubbing their tiny faces, otters are not as at peace as they seem. Their day was created to educate the community about the importance of maintaining and protecting the sea otter population. It's important to become aware of many challenges humans cause to sea otters. Conservation organizations are working hard to lower sea otter mortality, but you can play a significant role as well. Today is also commemorated as National Surgical Technologists Week, September 21st to 27th in US. If you ever wondered how operating rooms seem to run so smoothly, they have a surgical technology to thank. They are responsible for properly setting up the room and arranging necessary equipment and even assisting physicians during surgery. They have some extremely important job duties, and that's why we honor them September 21st to 25th during National Surgical Technology Week. Today is also commemorated as Deaf Dog Awareness Week from September 21st to 27th in the US. Some breeds of dogs have deafness rates of 40% or more. Head to a dog park, and it's likely that 2 or 3 of the dogs you see will be hearing impaired. While deaf dogs have special needs, can be loyal companions for their owners. Celebrate these special dogs and learn more about adoption and training during Deaf Dog Awareness Week, which starts on last week of September. Signs that your dog may have hearing problems. Your dog may have hearing issues if it doesn't react to loud noises such as fireworks and gunshots, ignores loud noises. Dogs that bark a lot may have hearing problems since they can't hear their own barking. Dogs that have frequent ear infections or ear pain may have hearing challenges. Deaf dogs can't hear you coming or snapping or biting when approached from behind could be a sign of hearing issues. Certain breeds have higher rates of deafness than others. For instance, nearly 30% of Dalmatians have partial or complete hearing loss. Whether they are born deaf or lose their hearing during their lives, deaf dogs can be more emotionally connected to their owners. They feel love through their heightened senses of sight and smell. Deaf dogs don't get spooked by fireworks, gunshots, or other loud noises. They will sit quietly on their owner's lap while other dogs are barking throughout the chaos. Deaf dogs are less anxious and apprehensive than hearing dogs, so they make excellent support or therapy dogs since they are unaffected by loud noises. They are easier to train and less likely to get frightened while on the job. Today is also commemorated as fall equinox in US on September 21st and 22nd in northern hemisphere. Astronomically, it's the day when the sun crosses the celestial equator, heading south. Thus, the fall and spring equinoxes provide Earth with roughly 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. After another blazing hot summer, the first day of fall significance signals cool weather. From the time of the Druids, the fall equinox signaled the end of harvest, then winter preparation begins. Families celebrated with parties and other social gatherings. Autumn lasts until winter solstice. So today, city dwellers often held to countryside, for example, rural New England, to take in changing colors of the leaves symbolical. The fast fall equinox reminds us to be grateful for their harvest in our own lives over the course of the year. This fall equinox take time to reflect on the bounty of nature and the possibilities for abundance in every part of your amazing life. That all depends on what you believe. The equinox brings and ends of spring birth, signaling a period of darkness and decline. Today is also commemorated as Batkama starting day in India, especially celebrated in Telangana and diaspora, which is a 9-day festival celebrated in the Indian state of Telangana and parts of Andhra Pradesh, usually taking place between September and October. Referred to as Festival of Life, it's a state festival of Telangana, and it's a celebration that honors the goddess Parvati for blessing the year's crop harvest and fortune she has brought in the year. Batkama's main festivities include the creation of flower stacks by the women of Telangana, which are then arranged into the shape of a temple's gopura as a symbol of their gratitude. Batkama is a vibrant, colorful festival celebrated primarily in Indian state of Telangana that celebrates the beginning of the Sharad Rutu or season or autumn. The festival marks the end of the monsoon season and is held to express gratitude to the goddess Parvati for her blessings on the season's harvest. So it generally lasts for 9 days in tandem with the post-monsoon Durga Navaratri festival. This festival itself has become a part of the state's cultural identity. The first day of Batkama, known as Engili Pula Batkama, is dedicated to the preparation of all offerings to be made during the festival. These items include sesame seeds, rice flour, and no-color rice. On this day, Telugu women clean the courtyards in preparation for the festival, which includes the drawing of rangoli on the ground. However, the main draw of Batkama is intricately arranged flower stacks that are created in the spirit of festival. The stacks referred to as Batkama are made up of gathered local wildflowers and arranged in the shape of a temple's gopura. The women of Telangana usually create several stacks for the festival, resulting in a colorful geometric display of flowers across the state. Flowers are an important part of the festival as they're blooming during the monsoon season, symbolizes the beginning of a new dawn. The Batkama stacks are considered to be state signatures folk art. On the brass plate, flowers of different colors are carefully arranged in circular rows on the top of one another. As the stack gradually reaches its intended size, the vibrant displays are then placed in front of the family goddess, tribute before offering, before being carried to the river on the final day to be soaked in the water. For observers, Batkama is seen as a celebration of their relationship with the earth and its guardian spirits. Batkama generally means Mother Goddess comes alive. The festival itself is celebrated at the end of monsoon season, and the overall point of the celebrations is to pay tribute to the abundance of nature and all its human life. Commonly used flowers include celosia, senna, marigold, lotus, cucurbita, cucumis, and some of the flowers chosen hold water purification properties, which help symbolize the festival's general theme of renewal. Each day in the 9-day Batkama festival has a name of its own with their own meanings. The 9 days, respectively, are known as Engilipula Batkama, Atkula Batkama, Muddapapu Batkama, Nanabiyam Batkama, Atla Batkama, Aligina Batkama, Vepalakaya Batkama, Vennamuddala Batkama, and Saddula Batkama. So during the Batkama festival, female observers dress up in traditional colorful saris and combine them with colorful accessories, dress in colorful traditional vest, and get into the split. Batkama is a celebration defined by its colorful vibrancy. The Batkama stacks are intricate and symbolic works of art. They can try making our own Batkama stacks yourself by gathering the relevant flowers or similar ones available to you locally. Creating these works require great patience and a careful eye for organization. It can help you elevate your flower arranging skills too. It wouldn't be a festival without food, so Batkama has its own range of festive snacks and dishes that are consumed during the festival. Why not try and make some malida, the delectable sweet pastry symbolic of this festival? Hyderabad is the capital of both Telangana and was also for Andhra Pradesh initially. So Godavari River, which runs through Telangana, is considered to be the Ganges of the south due to its holiness. Telangana served as a ruling center of several prominent ancient Indian dynasties such as Mauryan Empire, Shatavahana, Chalukya, and Kakatiya. The Hussain Sagar Lake in Hyderabad is famous for being heart-shaped at 43,273 square miles. Telangana is big enough to be named the 33rd largest state. Or equal to be the 33rd largest country. So Batkama is a celebration of flowers and their vibrancy, symbolism, role in defining how seasons change. Thus, the festival acts as a way to pay tribute to these colorful gifts of nature and how they make us feel. Batkama is a harvest festival that serves as a time to express gratitude to the earth for providing us with the necessities of life. Nature is a powerful force that must always be respected for what it provides. Batkama is one of the many rituals that emphasize the diversity and vibrancy of Indian culture. Indian celebrates are globally known for their colorful nature, spiritual connection, and community appreciation. The smallest aspects of nature in the spiritual world are celebrated in India, which helps build a culture that respects them. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for being part of these celebrations and commemorations. We request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form, which has been raised in the form of polls before leaving the platform. So see you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link with different celebrations and commemorations. Take care. Good night.